Hey there, it's Dusty with another Reddit story for you. This one comes from AITA and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Requesting My Wife Not Bring Candy into the Movie Theater? In case you're new here, or new to the Ask on scale, so 4 is you could have done it differently, 3 is you should have done it differently, 2 is you definitely should not have done that, and 1 is you're a terrible human. You're the worst. You're the worst. I asked my wife to leave a half bag of licorice at home and not bring it into the movie theater. I was told I was being controlling for requesting her to follow my beliefs. Your beliefs? Given I am a rule follower and it makes me uncomfortable to break the rules sometimes, and my wife considers these more of suggestions. Even though it would not be my first choice, in most cases I would not speak up. But this was a bit different. First, this is a small single-screen movie theater that has a lot of sentimental importance to me. I've been going there since I was a kid. They keep things really, really cheap comparative to the large chains, like $6 tickets, $4 popcorn, etc. So I really like to support this place. Second, this was a free event where they were showing a sporting event, so they were only making money through concessions. Granted, it was a stressful night. We had my in-laws staying with us for 2 weeks and our kids were being a bit extra, and we were running late, so there were other stressors involved, but it turned into a big thing about the stupid licorice. So, am I the astronaut for holding my ground and requesting that we follow the rules and only buy snacks from the concessions? Okay, this is a different kind of conversation now. Beliefs. However, I think, speaking of anxiety, we've got somebody who has anxiety about following the rules here. And when they're with somebody who intentionally does not, it makes them uncomfortable. Now, if you know that your partner gets uncomfortable when you do certain things, would you not try to not do those things and not make them uncomfortable? To help give some feedback on this story, we have the one and only, the wonderful, the majestic, the beautiful, the intelligent, the smart, and funny as hell, Candy Thunder.
That was a lot.
She squeezed my arm. She's like, shut up. Shut up.
Mm-hmm. So I think that when we go to the movie theater, we always buy popcorn and drinks. Like, that's a given. If we're going to go, we're going to commit and, spend the full $100 to go. But
that's what happens when you have 27 children.
I know. When it comes to candy, I don't know. Like, it's like if we have it at home, we'll probably just bring it. But if we're going there and we see something, the kids love the cookie dough bites, then we'll just get it from there. But I feel like, I don't know, we don't bring crinkly packages. So I would dump it into a sandwich bag if we had it at home. But we're always going to our local theater. It's not a big chain. And we support, I guess, by buying the popcorn and the drinks. And then if we have candy, we'll bring it. But I don't really feel like it's a big deal. I feel like this is one of those marriage spats where it's at the end of the day, is it really a big deal? Because this is a pick your battles moment. Like, your wife wants to bring it and you don't want to bring it. So if you don't want to bring it, then just buy some there.
But it is, for me, this is a bigger issue because it is something he's clearly got anxiety about rule following, right? So where that comes from, we don't know. But he gets really bent out of shape when people don't follow the rules. Like, he's going to sit there and not be able to enjoy the movie because he's going to be looking over his shoulder the entire time for the freaking snack police, right?
Okay, but
for the ushers to come down with flashlights to be like, you. Is that licorice from here? And he's going to be like, no, it's not. And the wife is going to be like, I brought it from home. Off. And he's going to be like, it's her fault.
Okay, but hear me out. I'm all about rule following. But why in the hell are we charging 4 times the amount that they charge at a store for the same candy?
But they aren't here.
But why?
In general, a movie theater, yeah.
When you go to a movie theater, the candy, it's all absurd. Except for the ticket prices at our local theater. The amount for the popcorn and a drink is absurd. The amount for the candy is absurd. And so trying to go and I don't know, I guess it's probably just dependent on how you are raised, which is why I say, and I don't think anyone is a bad person if they bring candy into a movie theater. I just don't. But it was a treat when we were younger, when we got to go and we couldn't always afford candy. So it's we could get the popcorn, but sometimes we would just bring candy. And I don't think that makes people shitty for bringing it in. I feel like I still think it's, in my opinion, an ESH because it's not worth fighting over. It's not something that you should fight over. If you're that much of a rule follower and you know your wife, why is his opinion on this more than, why does it weigh more than hers?
Because his creates discomfort.
But maybe hers does too.
Maybe
she feels like
following
it's
the rules makes her uncomfortable.
maybe overpriced candy and shit like that makes her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, why does he get to be comfortable and she doesn't, and why should she be uncomfortable and he shouldn't? Like, why can't they just agree to disagree and move the on with their lives instead of like dying on this hill?
Yeah. Well, and my whole deal is that if he does have anxiety about following the rules, and if she is fully aware of this, and she knows that her bringing candy is going to stress him out, and he's not going to be able to enjoy the movie, which in turn will make her not enjoy the movie.
Then he needs therapy.
Agreed.
If this is how you feel, then you need therapy.
But if you've got something that you know is going to make your partner uncomfortable, and it's a minor thing, like what harm would it cause to leave that licorice behind if it's going to make him that uncomfortable? That's my point.
No, and I see it. I see both ways, which is why I'm like, this is an ESH, because I don't think this is a fight. Like, I don't know. I just don't think this is a fight worth having.
I agree that it's an ESH. I think it probably is a fight worth having, but not. I feel like he is lost in the minutia, not minutia. He's got this micro view of this problem, but it's the macro problem, right? It is
right.
The problem is much larger than just this isolated thing. The problem is that he's got this anxiety about following the rules that prevents him from being able to enjoy normal daily life things. If he worked on that, they wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Right.
So he needs to work on that. She needs to support him in doing that. But in the meantime, if she knows, like if there's something that would make me extremely uncomfortable, you would try to avoid doing that kind of thing.
But I feel like this is a pick your battle moment. And if you can't pick your battle and you have this much anxiety over something that brings your partner joy, because you're taking something from her and and gets his side, then you need to address that, because that's a you problem. And I also know that somebody said like the theaters don't make a lot of money on the ticket, like on the overhead of their ticket costs. And I get that, but I still feel like you would eliminate the issue of people bringing in candy if you just sold it for what it costs outside of the movie theater. Like more people are going to purchase it, right? Or do some kind of discount. You buy popcorn, you get candy for whatever. That's a whole marketing thing. But I don't. It's like when you walk into a stadium and a freaking water bottle is $6. It's like, come on, like let's stop the bullshit.
Captive audience.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But I'm like, I understand it, and I understand that people want to go to the theater and they don't want to be nickel and dime to death. But at the same time, it's like I always make sure to buy something if I want to bring my candy in. I'm going to give them money in some way, shape, or form on top of my ticket, because let's face it, movie theater popcorn is just so good. Yes. Yummy. It's the best. It's the best.
Hit the button, lady. We're going ESH. And I agree. I agree with what you're saying, too. I completely understand what you're saying.
And
great Annie Kiki, he did explain that this is a free event. So the only way that they're making any money, period, is through the concession sales.
Okay, so they don't pay for their tickets.
But like I've seen other commenters say, he can help become a donor that supports the movie theater. There's lots of things that he can do to balance this out in his mind so that he's not all bent out of shape about it. I don't think that's going to resolve the issue for him, because it's a rules thing, right?